quick cell shading tutorial. First you're going to need your sketch, the line art, and some base colors. And once you have all of that, now you can go ahead and duplicate your base color layer and then alpha lock it so when we draw on top, nothing will go outside of the lines. Then you just want to fill it in with a gray color. Now you're going to want to choose your light source. For me, I'm doing it from the top right. Then you're going to create a new layer on top of our gray layer, make it a clipping mask, and using white, you're going to roughly block out where you want all of your light to be. Then what I like to do is I just go back through with the eraser tool and clean it all up and make it look nice. In Krita, there's two ways to do clipping masks. Alright, but before that, first make sure on your gray layer you have that rightmost icon on your layer enabled. That is your alpha lock. Once you have your gray layer set up, then you want to create a new layer. This will be our mid-tone layer. Alright, you want to select this new layer and our gray layer. Make sure your gray layer is on the bottom, then hit Ctrl G. This is going to group them together. Then all you have to do to create the clipping mask is go back to your mid-tone layer, enable that middlemost icon, and that's it. Another way to get your clipping mask is just by doing it via shortcut. The way you do it is that you're going to select your gray layer and then simply click Control Shift plus G, and then it sets it up automatically for you. Either way works, whatever you're most comfortable with. Now going back into Photoshop, this is the easy part. All you got to do is turn on alpha lock for your mid-tone layer, and then you can just start color picking. And for me personally, I like to use the magic wand. Just go back to my base color layer, select the section that I want to fill out, and then use the color. But you can use the paint bucket tool, you can paint it in manually. Again, whatever works for you. This part is pretty flexible. For the lighting, I keep it relatively simple. I just create a new layer using either overlay or hard light. It depends on the lighting scenario you're going for. And this one I use overlay because I'm going for more of like a sunlit lighting scenario. And in that case, my light source is just yellow, so I just picked the yellow color and I just went over the character where I think the light would hit it. Pretty simple, pretty flexible again. Now for the final part, this part is completely optional, but I like to do it. I just like the way that it looks. So first you can go to your mid-tone layer and you can actually add a layer style to it. On this one, I added a inner glow. This is gonna sort of act like a Terminator. You can always paint this in manually, but I mean, it saves some time doing it this way. And then to your light layer, you can add a outer glow to it. It adds a bit of color variation, and it's just gonna make the lights pop a bit more. I just like the way it looks. Completely optional though. Now in Krita, if you wanted to do layer styles, it's actually just as easy as it is in Photoshop. All you have to do is go to your layer. In this case, it's my mid-tone layer. Just right click it, then you'll see layer styles right here, and then you'll see it right here on the left side. And that is my entire process. choose whatever you color this. Ugh, what the fuck?